Hi, boys and girls. It's Mrs. Gorby, and I'm so excited that we're going to be reading a book together this year. I searched through several, and I decided to go with The 14th Goldfish by Jennifer L. Home. Hopefully, you've watched the trailer and you have a little bit of an idea about what the book's going to be about. And today we're going to start with chapter 1, titled Goldie. When I was in preschool, I had a teacher named Star Lily. She wore rainbow tie-dye dresses and was always bringing in cookies that were made of granola and flax and had no taste. Star Lily taught us to sit still at snack time, sneeze into our elbows, and not to eat the Play-Doh, which most kids seem to think was optional. Then one day she sent us all home with a goldfish. She got them for 10 for $1 at the pet store, and she gave our parents a lecture before sending us off. The goldfish will teach your child about the cycle of life, she explained. Goldfish don't last very long. I took my goldfish home and I named it Goldie, just like every other kid who thought they were being original. But as it turned out, my Goldie was kind of original because my Goldie didn't die. Even after all my classmates' fish had gone to the great fishbowl in the sky, Goldie was still alive. Still alive when I started kindergarten, still alive in first grade, still alive in second and third and fourth grade. Then finally, last year in fifth grade, I went into the kitchen one morning and saw my fish floating upside down in a bowl. My mom groaned when I told her. Well, he didn't last long, she said. What are you talking about? I said. He lasted 7 years. She gave me a smile and said, Ellie, that wasn't the original Goldie. The first fish only lasted 2 weeks. When he died, I bought another one, and I put him in the bowl. There have been a lot of fish over the years. What number is this one? Unlucky 13, she said with a wry look. Well, I'd say they were all unlucky, I point out. We gave Goldie 13 a toilet bowl funeral, and I asked my mom if we could get a dog. Chapter 2, Puzzles. We live in a house that looks like a shoebox. It only has 2 bedrooms and a bathroom, which has a toilet that's always getting clogged. I secretly think it's all the fish that were flushed down it. Our backyard is tiny. There's just a slab of concrete that will barely fit a table and chairs, and that's the reason why my mom said I can't get a dog. She says it just wouldn't be fair and that the dog needs a real yard that he would be able to run around in. My babysitter Nicole walks into the kitchen where I'm putting together a puzzle. It's kind of taken over our whole table. You've been working on that forever, Ellie, she says. How many pieces is it? 1,000, I say. It's a picture of New York City. It's a street scene with yellow cabs. I love puzzles. Like trying to figure out how things fit together, how a curve meets a curve and the perfect angle of a corner piece. I'm going to be on Broadway someday, she tells me. Nicole has long, buttery hair that looks like it should be in a shampoo commercial. She played Juliet in a production of Romeo and Juliet that my mother directed at the local high school. My mom is a high school drama teacher, and my dad is an actor. They got divorced when I was little, but they're still friends. They're always telling me that I need to find my passion. Specifically, I think they would like me to be passionate about the theater, but I'm not. Sometimes I wonder if I was born into the wrong family. Being on stage just makes me nervous. I've watched too many actors flub their lines, and I'm not a fan of working behind the scenes either. I always end up getting to steam the costumes. Oh yeah, your mom called. She's going to be late, Nicole says, and then almost as an afterthought she adds, something about getting your grandfather from the police. For a second I think I heard wrong. What, I say? Is he okay? She lifts her shoulders. I don't know. She didn't say. But she said that we could order pizza. An hour later, my belly is full of pizza, and I'm still confused. Did my mom say anything about why my grandfather was with the police, I ask. Nicole looks mystified. No? Does he get in trouble a lot? I shake my head. I don't think so. I mean, he's old, I say. Well, how old is he? Nicole asks. Well, I'm not quite sure. I never really thought about it, actually. You know, he just kind of looks old. Wrinkled, gray hair, holding a cane. You know, your typical grandparent. We only see him 2 or 3 times a year, and usually at a Chinese restaurant. He always orders mugu gai pan and steals packets of soy sauce to take home. I often wonder what he does with them. He doesn't live that far from us, but he and my mother don't get along very well. He's a scientist and says that theater isn't a real job. He's still mad at her because she didn't go to Harvard like he did. A car alarm goes off in the distance. Maybe he was in a car accident, Nicole suggests. I don't know why teenagers get such a bad rap because old people, they're way worse drivers. He doesn't drive anywhere, I explain. Well, then maybe he wandered off. Nicole taps her head. My neighbor had Alzheimer's. She gets out all of the time, and the police are always bringing her back home. It kind of sounded like she was describing a dog. That's so sad, I say. Nicole nods. Totally sad. The last time she ran away, she got hit by a car. How crazy is that? I open my mouth and just stare at her. Oh, but I'm sure your grandfather's fine, she says. Then she flips her hair and smiles and says, Hey, you want to get some popcorn and watch a movie?